the North Star you can't afford to lose, and the cape you were never meant to carry. Welcome to the Soft Girl Era podcast, where we unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom we deserve without guilt, without apology, and without explanation. I'm LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce, like sweet softness whispered in French, and I'm your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. Today, I had the profound honor of sitting down with Delendra Peterson Cook, a woman whose life story reads like a masterclass in resilience, purpose, and the audacity to never quit. Delendra has walked through fire. She's been married 3 times. She's been hurt by men. She's lost so much in life. And yet she stands here today as a beacon of hope for Black women everywhere who are rebuilding after setbacks. Her message is simple but revolutionary. Discover your purpose early, persist no matter the pain, and embrace the unique path God designed for you. Delendra is making the world a better place by showing us that our scars don't disqualify us, they equip us. And here's what I want you to understand right now before we go any further. This conversation isn't just about Delendra, it's about you. It's about every Black woman who's been told to be strong when she wanted to be soft, who's been told to keep going when she wanted to rest, who's been told her pain doesn't matter when it's the very thing shaping her purpose. So let's dive in. Delendra shared 3 core truths with me that I believe will shift something in you today. First, discover your purpose early. It's your North Star through every loss. Second, persistence beats talent every time. Never quit, no matter the pain. And third, embrace your unique path. God's design in you is for impact. These aren't just motivational quotes you slap on a vision board. These are lifelines for Black women and leaders rebuilding after betrayal, heartbreak, and loss. Let's start with purpose. Delendra reminded me that purpose isn't a feeling, it's a divine assignment. It's the thing that pulls you forward even after your third marriage ends, even after you've been hurt by the very people you trusted, even after you've lost so much you're not sure what's left. Purpose is what keeps you breathing when survival mode tries to convince you that's all there is. And I want to tell you about a woman who embodied this truth in a way that still echoes today. Her name was Sarah Breedlove, but the world came to know her as Madam C.J. Walker. Born in 1867 on a Louisiana plantation to parents who had been enslaved, she became America's first self made female millionaire. But let me tell you what that journey looked like, because the glossy history books skip the parts that matter most. She was orphaned at 7 years old. 7. Married at 14. Widowed at 20 with a daughter to raise alone. She worked as a washerwoman, scrubbing other people's clothes for $1.50 a day while suffering from a severe scalp ailment that caused her hair to fall out. She could have quit. She had every reason to quit. Society told her she had no business dreaming beyond survival, but she didn't quit because her purpose, uplifting Black women, was bigger than her pain. Madam Walker didn't just create a hair care product, she created a movement. She built a door to door sales network in an era when Black women weren't even allowed to dream of entrepreneurship. She trained sales agents. She revolutionized Black hair care with her wonderful hair grower. She amassed a fortune and employed thousands, shattering glass ceilings with unyielding grit. Her legacy: she pioneered Black female entrepreneurship and inspired economic empowerment in Black communities nationwide. Purpose fueled her innovation when she refused to quit. And that's the lesson. When you know your why, your what becomes unstoppable. But here's the thing about purpose that nobody tells you: it doesn't make the pain go away, it doesn't erase the losses, it doesn't rewrite the past. What it does is give you a reason to keep moving when everything in you wants to stop. It becomes the North Star you navigate by when the storms roll in and you can't see 2 feet in front of you. Now, let's talk about persistence. Delendra told me that losses in life test you, but quitting guarantees failure. Pushing through builds unbreakable resilience. And I thought about Oprah Winfrey. Born in 1954 in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother, Oprah became a global media icon. But her journey? Childhood sexual abuse. Poverty so deep she wore dresses made from potato sacks. Teenage pregnancy loss, repeated firings early in her career because she was told she wasn't fit for television. She was told she didn't have what it takes. She was told she was too black, too emotional, too much. But she clung to her purpose of authentic storytelling and never quit broadcasting despite the rejections. She was raised in neglect, molested by family members, ran away at 14. These are hurts that could have broken her, that should have broken her by every statistical measure. But they fueled her never quit drive instead. Oprah launched The Oprah Winfrey Show to 40 seasons of success. She founded the OWN Network. She authored bestsellers. She turned her scars into a legacy of empowerment. Pain forged her purpose because she persisted. And here's what I need you to hear: your pain is not wasted. Your losses are not the end of your story, they are the prologue to your purpose. Oprah transformed media representation for Black women and influenced global conversations on resilience and self worth. She did that because she refused to let her past define her future. And I know what some of you are thinking right now, but LeAnne, you don't understand. I'm tired. I've been fighting for so long. I don't know if I have another fight left in me. And I want to tell you something. I see you, I hear you, and your exhaustion is valid. But here's the truth that Delendra reminded me of: persistence doesn't mean you never rest, it means you never quit. There's a difference. Rest is sacred, rest is necessary, rest is how you refuel so you can keep going. But quitting is giving up on the very thing God placed inside you before you were born. And I refuse to let you do that. Let me tell you about Ursula Burns. Born in 1958 in New York to a single Panamanian mother, she became the first Black woman CEO of a Fortune 500 company at Xerox in 2009. She grew up in tough New York City projects. She faced racism and sexism in engineering. She was doubted as a female leader in tech. She was told over and over again that she didn't fit, but she embraced her purpose in innovation. She mentored relentlessly, and she never quit climbing despite being told she didn't belong. Her mother, a single woman raising 3 kids in the projects, taught her that persistence was the only currency that mattered. Not connections, not privilege, not even talent, just showing up day after day and refusing to quit. Ursula led Xerox's turnaround. She oversaw $20 billion in deals. She doubled revenue streams. She mentored thousands. She boldly steered Xerox into the digital age with fierce determination. She shattered ceilings for Black women in corporate America and boosted diversity in STEM leadership. Purpose plus persistence rewrites the rules. That's the formula, that's the blueprint. Now, I want to bring this back to you because Delendra's message and the stories of Madam Walker, Oprah, and Ursula, they're not just history lessons, they're mirrors. They're showing you what's possible when you refuse to quit, when you anchor yourself in purpose, when you embrace the unique path God designed for you. Delendra said something that stuck with me. She said, your strong, feeling based tone isn't a flaw. It's the authenticity that inspires others to own theirs. And I want you to sit with that for a second. How many times have you apologized for being too much, too emotional, too strong, too soft, too loud, too quiet? How many times have you dimmed your light because someone else couldn't handle your shine? This is your soft girl era. This is where you stop apologizing for being exactly who God made you to be. This is where you release the cape you were never meant to carry. This is where you redefine strength, not as the ability to endure endless pain without breaking, but as the courage to be soft, to be vulnerable, to be whole. This is where you heal in real time. This is where you protect your peace as a practice, not a luxury. This is where you turn your survival into something sacred. This is where you stop performing strength for an audience that will never be satisfied and start living authentically for the God who created you with intention. Here's your actionable takeaway from Delendra. This week, identify one area of your life where you've been tempted to quit. Maybe it's a business dream stalled by loss or betrayal. Maybe it's a relationship you've been trying to fix for years that's draining you dry. Maybe it's your own healing journey that feels too heavy to carry anymore. Whatever it is, commit to one small daily step towards your purpose. Journal it, pray on it, track your never quit wins. Do it differently starting today. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to tell you, but I will. Quitting is easy, staying is hard, but staying when you're anchored in purpose, when you're fueled by persistence, when you're embracing your unique path, that's when miracles happen. That's when you become the woman Madam Walker was. That's when you become the woman Oprah is. That's when you become the woman Ursula became. That's when you become the woman you were always meant to be. And I want you to feel something right now. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel seen. I want you to feel unstoppable, like fire in your spirit, ready to claim God's unique design for you, strong yet feeling every emotion without apology. Because that's what the soft girl era is about. It's not about being weak, it's about being whole. It's not about giving up. It's about giving yourself permission to rest, to heal, to be soft, to be strong, to be everything you are without apology or explanation. Delendra Peterson Cook reminded me that God made us all different, with a tone that's strong one moment and vulnerable the next. And that's not a contradiction. That's the fullness of who we are. That's the beauty of being a Black woman navigating this world. We are strong because we've had to be. We are soft because we choose to be. We are resilient because we refuse to quit. We are purposeful because we know our assignment. So here's what I need you to do right now. I need you to make a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, right now. I need you to decide that you're not quitting. I need you to decide that your purpose matters more than your pain. I need you to decide that your persistence will outlast every obstacle, every betrayal, every loss. Because the world is not waiting for a perfect version of you. The world is waiting for the real you, the messy you, the healing you, the soft you, the strong you, the you that's been hiding behind the cape, behind the mask, behind the performance of strength. Your purpose is not contingent on your past. Your persistence is not dependent on your pain. Your path is not determined by your losses. You are here right now for a reason. And that reason is bigger than anything you've been through. That reason is the North Star that will guide you through every storm, every setback, every heartbreak. I want to leave you with this. Madam Walker died at 51 years old. 51. She didn't have a long life, but she had a purposeful one. And when she died, thousands of Black women across this country had jobs, had hope, had a model of what was possible. Oprah is 70 years old and is still creating, still inspiring, still refusing to quit. Ursula Burns is 66 and still mentoring, still breaking barriers, still showing young Black women in STEM that they belong. What will your legacy be? What will people say about you when you're gone? Will they say she survived or will they say she thrived? Will they say she endured? Or will they say she transformed? Will they say she was strong? Or will they say she was whole? You get to decide that right now, today, in this moment. You get to decide whether you're going to quit or whether you're going to persist. You get to decide whether you're going to let your losses define you or whether you're going to let your purpose refine you. And I'm telling you, as someone who has walked this road, as someone who has sat with Delendra and heard her story, as someone who has studied the lives of women who refuse to quit, I'm telling you that your purpose is worth fighting for. Your persistence will be rewarded. Your path, messy and winding as it may be, is exactly what the world needs. So take a deep breath, let go of the cape, step into your soft girl era, and never, ever quit. Because the woman you're becoming, she's going to change the world. And she starts showing up the moment you decide that your purpose is bigger than your pain, that your persistence is stronger than your setbacks, and that your path is exactly where God needs you to be. Now go, live it, be it, own it, and never look back.